How is your love life changing in the coming year? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Miya, here on Mostly in the Moment for another love pay card reading. This is looking at the coming year. If you're watching this towards the end of the year, it's what's coming up next year. If you're watching this in the middle of the year or sometime else, it's what's coming in the coming year, the next 12 months. And we also look at a peek at your last 12 months and how the next 12 months is going to be much different in terms of love. We also look at your higher guidance and what they have to let you know in regards to your love life coming up. This is kind of a yearly, end of the year, big energy type of love reading. And so it's going to reflect that, the big energies in the reading. I hope you enjoy it. I love you all so, so much. I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 11. With the Ace of Snow card, or the Ace of Swords, and it's a snowflake here. We're looking at your love life in this upcoming year. Sorry, so many pauses. There's like a energy that's related to your love life, where it's just kind of like you're expecting something and then a huge pause. And then you're expecting something and then a huge pause. It's kind of like the universe is kind of keep telling you like something's coming up in your love life. And then there's like deafening silence. And you're like, what were you talking about, universe? Was it inner work related to my love life? Or was it just an energetic union? Like, is it a union within myself? Like, what is it? Like, I'd rather you be upfront so I can like know what to actually expect and prepare for it, or get ready for it, or, you know, like don't give me this BS of it's coming and then nothing happened. Like dead silence. Like don't just give me the ringtone. Like don't just hang up on me. Like what are you doing? Stop calling me. This reminds me of like a TikTok creator that talks about her love life in this way, and it's like her and the universe, and she's just like, the universe is like, yeah, I got something good coming for you. And then it's like, yeah, okay. It's like, are you sure? Or is this going to be like something that messes me up and just kicks me to the curb like last time? Like, no, I don't want it. The universe is like, are you sure? It's like, well, you passed the test. It's like really, really funny. I want to see if okay, her account's name is Rion's Eye, RIONSIEYE. And she makes the most hilarious content in regards to like the universe saying there's someone coming or something like that. And she's like, no, I'm good. I know what happened last time. It was a test and I passed. It's hilarious. But I got that kind of energy for you guys. Like, oh yeah, something's coming, something's about to manifest, or it's coming in soon. And then like dead silence. So I don't like to be played with. No one likes to be played with. I get you, especially with something so important like your love life. And when you're that very intuitive, it's kind of like, what is it then, right? Okay, so let's look at your love life in this past year. The Emperor and the North Node in reverse. So I do feel like you've gotten very, very strong in your own energies, very confident in yourself, a lot of self-love. And I feel like you've gotten yourself to a point where it's like you're ready for love, and you don't think it. You're not feeling like I'm almost there. You feel like you're absolutely ready for this next step. In the North Node, you've been really following your own destiny, your own purpose in life. So you feel not just good and ready for love or the next chapter in love, but also you feel really confident about every area in life. You must have gone through a major transformation to get into this Emperor energy. That Emperor energy, those are empires. Like it takes a long time, a lot of strategy, a lot of hard work, and a lot of guidance, and having other people come into your life as tests, as people to support you, as people to kind of work with, collaborate with, to build this empire. So you've built an empire within yourself and within your being, your energy. And that is the North Node encompass. Like, so you're ready to take the next step, not just in love, but in like life, in your life purpose, what you're destined to have. Yeah. All right. So your love life in the next year. Are you kidding me? The Emperor in reverse. Are you kidding me? The person coming in, they also have built this empire within, in their inner universe. They have really, really solidified who they are, and in those unspoken, unseen ways that a lot of people can't see and recognize. A lot of people, like 80% of the world, can't even see within you because they don't work on those things themselves. And these are things like your patience, your trust and faith in yourself and therefore the universe, your ability to be disciplined and to go after whatever you desire and know that you will achieve it because that's who you are. You've gone after the impossible. You've gone after small personal goals, big personal goals that people can see or not see, and it didn't deter you from accomplishing those goals. Figuring out what you can and cannot do, what you want and don't want to do. Feeling very confident in taking the next steps. This is the person you're meeting, is another Emperor. And usually when people are by themselves, they are in their masculine energy. And it just kind of, that's how it goes. Like, if you're a feminine, you're usually not in your feminine energy unless you're around other people, because then you have to be in your masculine energy. The masculine energy is to go, to take action, to initiate. So most people, when they are not around other people, that's why you see a lot of masculine energy in today's society, because we're kind of, pushed to be alone and segregated from other people. And so we're more in our masculine energy for longer periods of time. You're in your feminine energy, whether you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, when you're around other people, when you have other people to collaborate with, work around, work for, work under, and like family and friends. You're just more in your feminine energy. You care about other people. You integrate that energy into your decision making, into your own energies. And so that's the energy we're kind of getting here. A true, very strong masculine energy is ready to initiate this next new era of your life, not just chapter, just a whole new, multiple series, multiple book series here with this person. I feel like the both of you are so like figuring out like where you are, like you're already kind of taking steps into your next era of your life, that you both don't really even think about romance first. There's a recognition there right away. I see that. I see you in each other's eyes and see that this is a potential, but you both are so focused on getting what you have started off the ground, and nothing is going to deter you, not even love, because it might have been something that both of you had experienced before, where you're trying to get something off the ground, and then a relationship or someone who you love so much, who you care for and cares for you, or some loved one, whether it was romantic or not, getting in the way of getting your legacy grounded, getting some sort of business grounded, getting some sort of real, actionable, tangible, long-term structure in your life off the ground or stabilized. And so this is why the two of you, even when you see each other, recognize each other, are not going to be distracted by each other. That's I feel like that's like both of your mindsets. Like, I see you, I see this person, they're a great candidate, but right now there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing this. And like someone like you who's like so probably very love focused, love oriented, and so are they, it's surprising to even you yourself that you're putting this really love of a lifetime potential to the side as you kind of focus on just what you have at hand. You know how hard you work, and that's why I feel like you both are kind of like, I know how hard I worked. I'm not going to let anything distract me. If this is an important person, if this is a meant to be person, then they'll still be there after I get this off the ground, or after I finish this initial part of this project, or whatever this move or change is for you. And for them, they have something going on too. Are you serious? Are you serious? North Node again. North Node in reverse again. Wow, the Emperor and the North Node twice. Both of you are so on your soul mission, are so in your purpose. I kind of knew when I sat down for this reading, I'm like, this is going to be one of those readings that's like super connected, destined, fated, divine. You know, it's like I knew, I'm like, this is a divine energy reading. And here we go. Yeah. What proof that both of you are kind of in the same place, same energy. Wow. Chills, man. Chills. New life goals. Yeah. And the North Node is the North Node of the moon. So it's connected to your emotions. It's you feel very powerfully passionate about this passion project, this next step, what you're taking in your career or your business or your soul mission. It doesn't have to be related to what you make money in. It could just be related to what you feel like is the direction of your life, what is important to do and spend the majority of your time and energy focus on in your life, you know? It could be work, business related. It could be financially related. It could be family, health related. It could be home related. It could be relationship related. It could be for some of you, all these things tied together. But I feel like for most of you, it is related to what you feel is your life purpose, what you're meant to do in this lifetime. Yeah, and for a lot of you, that is relationships and family and home. But I feel like this is I feel like because of the Emperor here, like both of you have a strong sense of like, I need to ground this. I need to bring structure and stability into this format, this blueprint of my life. And, you know, how am I supposed to have all of this if I don't have this first, the physical first? I feel like both of you are like physically oriented, need to get this grounded and physically started and off the ground and settled first, is the type of energy I'm getting. So whether that's your health, your finances, your career, your business, your home, I do feel like it's something physical. Okay, so why is this different? Why is this next 12 months in your life different from the previous 12 months? Or the next chapter of your love life should be different vastly from what has come before? Purity, the snow moon, and it's in reverse. Yeah, there's this energy of you've conquered the divine aspect within yourself. Because with this purity, like there's this intense knowing that you've structured, you've took the time to understand your inner universe. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't do. That's something that a lot of people feel like they do later in life, you know, after they retire or after they have children or after they kind of settle with this health issue or financial issue. Like when they have the time, when they have the peace and quiet and everything's kind of settled and the dust has settled kind of thing, that's when I'll look back at my life and kind of reflect. With most people, they're, you know, very physically oriented. They're newer souls and this earth simulation, and they look at the reflection part later in life rather than doing it earlier in their life or in like while things are happening. And you and your person pile 11 are obviously, with the number 11 here, are on that spiritual path. And whether you call it spiritual or not, it's just the self-awareness path where you kind of discover and uncover your inner universe and make that your main focus and priority earlier in life or throughout your life, rather than later. And that's what's different, is that you kind of, there's this feeling of like you've completed a very, very big chapter in your life, a very, very big cycle in your life. And you know it and you feel it. And that's why you're here. The Empress, are you kidding? To receive someone who can be that divine feminine energy for you too. Whether you're male or female, this person, they have conquered not just their masculine, they don't have self-mastery in just their masculine energy, but their divine feminine. I feel like the both of you have spent a lot of time in your divine feminine, figuring out your psyche, how your mind works, how your emotions work, how your body works, your physical body, emotional body, spiritual body, mental bodies. Like you're very curious. You're a deep thinker. You're intellectuals, and you both kind of you have both taken the time. I'm hearing token. Okay. You have both taken the time to live within yourself, live from inside of yourself, and now expand outwards. That's why both of you are in your masculine energies, because both of you are ready to kind of let your environment reflect the inner universe you've created, you've mastered. And so when you come into union with this person, maybe you know them, maybe you don't. We can look at some of that in the afterwards, but I do feel like this energy of like they will be able to match your inner universe, not just your outer universe. A lot of times people kind of gravitate towards people because of their outward appearance, like so what they look like, what they've achieved in their life physically, what their status is, what their bank account looks like, what their upbringing is like, what kind of family they come from, their aesthetic, what they kind of do with their hands, what they create outwardly, with the music they create or the artwork they create, their style. So basically, like what kind of friend groups that they have, you know, what their home looks like, their aesthetic, their outward appearance, right? And that's why there's usually such a mismatch, because we resonate with people on an energetic level, and how we relate with our inner child, and how much we've gone through in our experiences, how much money we can handle in this lifetime, what kind of energy, what's our energy like, how much energy we can handle in terms of finances or in terms of people in our lives, and just what our creativity is like, and from the inside out, not just like the final product, what our creative process is like. That's what people resonate with, and that's why there's like such a mismatch when people try to just get with other people just based on physical factors, right? And so I am getting this energy of like when you meet this person, they've worked on their inner universe so much, just as much as you, that there is a connection. There's a connection, a deep connection on money levels energetically before you guys kind of do the outward thing. And because both of you are ready to build something, I feel like there's an energy of 22 here. Like both of you are ready to build. There's a 4 and 4 here. You already start building your life purpose, physical project before even the other person comes in, which is like kind of like, I'm doing this no matter what. I'm doing this whether my partner, my life partner, my love partner comes in or not. And that's the kind of energy I'm getting. But when you guys both come in, you're both ready to receive. You're both ready to receive from the right person. And so when this person comes in, it's an easy, smooth transition to become a partnership. Because even though both of you are kind of very like focused on your own individual passion projects right now, I feel like you've kind of like even pushed out a lot of people, places, and aspects in your life to get this project started, that you're not expecting people to come in unless it resonates with what you're working on. Not even new routines or new like creative projects, like little hobbies or anything. You're really literally pushing everything out in order to make room for this passion project to really get it grounded. And this person is doing it too, that you're not going to be bringing anything in. You're not bringing in new hobbies or new daily routines or even new workouts or anything like that. You're focused on this project unless it resonates with you, unless it helps you with this passion project. You know, this is a health routine that I will adopt because it's easy and it fits with my lifestyle now. This health will help me work on my passion project, so I will adopt it. This person, I don't want to invite anyone into my life that I have to give energy and effort into unless there's someone that can help me with this passion project. That's where the both of you are. And that's why the both of you are in such a receptive place. Your divine feminine is very in a strong place, but you're very both focused on the physical aspects of this passion project, this like kind of soul purpose, mission, or project or business, that it only receive things that are of the caliber of what you're working on and that resonate with your high frequency energy. And that's why things are different, because both of you are kind of stepping into more of a physical energy. You've completed a huge, major, like almost like a entire lifetime cycle. What I always see is that when you finish major cycles, when you finish big cycles, you're usually finishing a lot of little ones in between. So if you're finishing a cycle that incorporates your entire life, you're probably finishing up cycles that were a decade, 7-8 years, 4-5 years, 3-2 years, 6 months. Like you're completing a lot of other smaller cycles within that bigger cycle. So usually that's kind of how it happens when you're finishing up big cycles like that. And so you're really, really ready to kind of step into the physical energy here. Okay, so that's kind of the difference here of what happened last year. I feel like you're kind of getting ready to step into the physical. Maybe you have gotten some small physical stuff started. You probably got started to focus on a lot of physical stuff to tie up your personal journey. This is outward things, so your physical looks, your wardrobe, your physical home, kind of cleaning up your friendship groups and your family dynamics, all that kind of stuff, like little physical things like that. Your creative projects that you can use to kind of support you in your emotional journey, supporting your shadow aspect, your shadow masculine, your shadow feminine, things that can help you when you're in your shadow masculine, shadow feminine, when you need help, something like that. Or kind of like if you have any like small habits or crutches that you use during your emotional cycles, like that's all been kind of cleared up to you, like what you can use as a crutch, what you can use as something you can indulge in, or your kind of gift to yourself when you kind of go finish a huge cycle. Things like that has already been tied up neatly with a nice bow. You're ready for more physical things, bigger physical things. So you can probably see these little aspects that are more personal to you, that are physical, being wrapped up, and they're going to be kind of moving into a more bigger physical energy. So you're going to see a huge physical glow up for yourself. Your looks are going to enhance, your wardrobe is going to enhance, your physical environment is going to enhance. The material things, like the tools that you use to kind of, take care of yourself, your health, take care of your cooking, your kitchen appliances and all that kind of stuff. All those kind of things are going to improve as well. And then you can see yourself taking on bigger and bigger projects, like a bigger business, a bigger undertaking in terms of your soul mission. And that's kind of how everything kind of transitions from like a major cycle ending and a major cycle beginning. And that's kind of what I'm seeing for you, pile 11. Okay, so what can you do? What's your higher guidance saying that you can do at this time? Strength, yeah. The Strength card, which is really beautiful. You have a lot of energy coming in through you because you're a channel that the universe prefers, that the universe chose because you've done your work. So there's going to be more ideas that come through you, more creativity, more light. You're going to be able to see that you speak differently, more eloquently, more witty. You'll be able to connect ideas stronger, better, faster. You're going to be able to have more energy in the day to do more, accomplish more, not just your daily tasks and chores and things like that, errands, but like also take on more businesses, take on more relationships, friendships and such, and business partnerships. Like there's going to be more energy for you because you have been chosen. You're readied vessel. You've readied your vessel in order for the universe to work through you, and that's what's going to happen. And so In terms of love, yeah, the Ace of Cups, oh, how beautiful, upright. Love, compassion, creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition, new baby, proposal, and marriage. Everything that you want in your love life is at your fingertips. Everything that because you've opened up this new life path, and so has this person. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you and this person are ready to write a series of books in this next chapter, saga. It's a new saga, you know? And there's like many, many books to be written with many chapters, fulfilling chapters. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting with the Ace of Swords here, the Ace of Snow, and then we have the Ace of Cups here. Alpha Omega energy I'm getting. It's very much... It's very exciting because you're going to be starting a lot of new things. You're going to be starting a lot of new things, and then those things are going to start other new things. And I feel like you have the capacity for it. You have the energy for it. So does your person. And to have a team member who has the same frequency, the same vibration as you, like you both are amplifying your energies exponentially. So it's not even like double. It's like to the second power, and then it exponentially grows, because whatever you kind of create takes on a life of its own, and it's kind of like it's gonna be unfathomable. It's gonna be mind-boggling how you're gonna see like how things take off really quickly. It's like gonna have a life of its own, and you're kind of like this master manifester, but you're going to realize you're not just going to manifest things for yourself and your love life and your own family that you create, this new family community that you create, but a lot of other ideas and inventions and innovations and like programs and businesses that you create, they kind of take off on a life on their own, and you get to choose which one you want to keep continue creating with, and what ones you kind of want to let go or give off to someone else in order to make room to make new projects and businesses. That's the energy I'm getting. Pile 11 is so crazy. I'm channeling like, whoa, this is a lot of energy. This is amazing. You're amazing energy, Pile 11. It was great to connect with you. I hope we meet again in the near future. I hope we can collaborate in the future. Pile 11, this is beyond what I could imagine. We want above and beyond just love, just your romantic life. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you resonated with this, please leave a bunch of 11s in the comments to let me know that you may be a potential collaborator in the future. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe to know that I'm connecting with the right people, that we're connecting with the right people. All right. Much love and light to you, Pile 11. Hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Hi, beautiful Pile 22. With the 6 of Snow card, with this beautiful Snowbird here, we're looking at how your love life is changing in the coming year. So we're going to look really quickly at your love life this past year, so you can see if this pile is for you, and then where your love life is going in the next year, the next 12 months. Okay, so right now, okay, wow, the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Snow is the 6 of Swords. It's kind of like traveling or going deep within your emotions, like traveling physically or traveling mentally, right? And the 6 of Wands, when it comes out in reverse, it means like a private victory for me. So a personal private victory that you might not have let anyone really know. So I feel like you did something that you're really proud of yourself for in terms of your love life. Maybe not many people know about this. So if you are seeing someone, maybe you've kind of hit a milestone with that person, but you're not letting other people know just quite yet. And I feel like if you are single, then I do feel like you accomplished something. Maybe you said no to someone that you usually don't say no to. Maybe you kind of took your time with dating this time, or, you know, there's something about like you accomplished something in your love life and you're really proud of it. It's like maybe you get kind of stuck in the same type of relationships, or you kind of easily go into relationships that you know aren't good for you, or that might not pan out, or, you know, you see so many red flags and you kind of brush it off all the time. You know, like, I can make it work with anyone, or I can I can work with this. I can, like, knowing your value, or like, you know, there's something that you did, like maybe you told your person like, hey, this it was a casual dating situation. You're just like, hey, I just don't think we're a good fit. And you weren't afraid of what they might say. You weren't afraid of rejection. If someone like, putting yourself out there, it's something you did that you were really, really proud of in terms of your love life. Yeah. Cardinal energies here. Okay, so the cardinal energy is like the first zodiac sign of the season, right? So we have Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn here. It's like you instigate something, you start something. There's cardinal signs are very brave. They have pioneering spirit, so they like to start things. They have a lot of energy. They have the courage to do it. But depending on if you have the mutable signs and the like fixed signs, like if you finish the project, if you finish what you start, kind of thing. But like there's this energy here where you started something in your love life. I feel like you maybe, if you haven't dated for a long time, you put yourself out there and went on a date. If you haven't tried dating websites, like you tried the dating website. If you have been working on, if you've been on dating websites too much, you might have taken yourself off and you're like, I'm going to work word of mouth, or meeting someone in person, or letting my friend set me up, or something like that. There's something that you maybe if you went on a date, like you kind of enacted a rule for yourself or something. Nothing until like 3 days, or nothing until where it's a discriminated relationship, or I'm only going to date people who know what they want, or something like that. Like I feel like if you're single, you enacted a rule, or you made a change in terms of how you approach your love life, and you took action on it. You did it, So that's why I'm getting this victory, and like even though you might not have like the results of enacting that new rule or new way of approaching your love life just yet, I feel like you're like, I got this down. Like I think you just wanted to see if you could be this new version of yourself. And when it comes to love, if you're dating or in a relationship, I do feel like it's the same thing. Like it's even harder sometimes to change when you already know that person or already in a relationship with that person. I mean, it's just as hard, like if you've been in the same way for a while and you're single and you have to change the way you approach your love life, that's hard too. But like, if you're dating or in a relationship with a person for a long time, it's hard too. Like basically, the longer you've been in the same type of love relationship energy, like the way that you approach love relationships, the harder it is to change it, right? So I feel like for a lot of you, this was a long time that you've come at love in this way, and you changed it, and that's like a huge feat. And like your spirit guides are applauding you, congratulating you. And for some of you, it's just like the fact that you're trying new things. Maybe you're changing the way you come at love, every few months, every year, a few years, something like that. Your guides are also congratulating you because you're doing something that a lot of people don't take the time out to do, which is experiment and try new things and see what's you. Okay, so victory. Private victory in your love life recently. And so what about your love life in the next year, the next 12 months? What is that going to look like? Wow, the Ace of Swords. Okay. Clarity. And I'm getting, because it's the Ace, the one card, like there's a clarity on a specific path of decision. Because I feel like right now it's kind of like, you're working a lot of angles. You're kind of open to opportunities and, different ways approaching love. And I feel like when this situation, this clarity comes in, it kind of makes a lot of sense. Trine, support and inspiration. Okay, so I do feel like what you get is a lot of support, a lot of people who understand your love journey. So I am getting from the universe, from your spirit guides, source energy, that you're not going to be going at your love life alone. So if you have been kind of working on yourself in terms of love, mostly by yourself or all by yourself, and recently, or the recent few months, few years, more than that, like several years, Spirit saying no more. You're going to get a lot of people who resonate with you, whether these are old friends coming back, maybe even some exes that kind of are coming into a more friendship type role, supportive type role, like you help me in love and I'll help you. I am getting some guidance, online guidance, maybe new fresh faces, new fresh people that can help you in the spiritual realm, spiritual community that you resonate with. Maybe not just in the spiritual community, maybe people you resonate who talk about love or life in a way that you really, really resonate with. New people online that you gain inspiration from. And for a lot of you, I am getting a community, like a small group, at least, if not a larger group or a community of people who you can talk to about your relationship with on a regular basis. Maybe even help set you up. Maybe this is a group that you are joining that you know, like, this is the right kind of vibe. If the person that you are meant to be with or want to date isn't here, because I feel like there are a few people or several people in that group that you're like, oh yeah, I can definitely see myself dating someone like that or dating that person, ending up with someone like that. So I feel like you're like, if not in this group, like people like this is who I want to date, be friends with, see myself in a long-term relationship with, platonic and romantic. So I do feel like this is just your vibe. This is just your people. So that's why Spirit is saying, like, you're no longer going to be approaching your love life alone or mostly alone. I feel like maybe you've even noticed that when you tell your friends about like new potential love or interest or something that you're planning to do in terms of love, like they're not in the same place as you, or they're not really giving you what you need in terms of support or advice, or, you know, like they're not listening in the ways that you need them to listen to what you're saying, kind of thing. They can't understand it. They can't understand how you're approaching life or love. And so I feel like this is why this new group of friends are coming in, or this new group or small community, because these are the people who you're going to be vibing with. It's going to be so easy. It's going to be casual, and like it's not going to be like, oh, you're specifically going to talk about love with these people. It's just like, it just comes up in natural conversation. So that's how you know, like, these are the people. So maybe it's like a new work environment or new passion project that you're going for, new something that you're working on with other people or something like that. New online group or something, a new community. Maybe it's like a new, like, kind of inspirational leader that you all are kind of like drawing ideas from, and you meet in that way. There's that type of energy where you're meeting these people, and you kind of know, like, oh yeah, like there's people here that I could potentially date or end up with. Like, this is definitely my vibe. So that's the kind of energy that comes in first, is the people, the support. And I feel like you feel like better, like you almost kind of feel like, oh yeah, like because you found your people, your vibe, you're like, I could probably just have fun right now. Like, you're not even thinking about dating so much. I mean, it's on the table and there's definitely cute people. Like, I just feel like you're flirting, you're having fun, and you're just kind of enjoying this time, and you kind of know, you're like, yeah, something's gonna probably develop here, or this is gonna lead somewhere. But like right now, like when this clarity comes in, this energy comes in, you're kind of just like, no, I'm just gonna let it kind of play out and see what happens. Okay, so why is it different? Why is it different? Why is your love life different from before? Beginnings. I feel like you're kind of looking for like that one specific thing that like clearly denotes like this is a new chapter in your love life. I feel like you've been working on yourself, and I feel like you've made a lot of changes how you approach love over, I'm getting like a long period of time. And I feel like you just kind of like, you're like, I just want something to like clearly show me that I'm done with the past and I'm into the new. Like, I'm in this new era of love. And I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to bring to you. They're trying to prepare you for it, they said. They want to make sure that you're ready. They want you to know that you're ready. And that's what's happening. Oh, wow. Are you kidding me? 10 of Cups, the 10 of Raindrops. Fulfillment. Yeah. And I love that, like, the arches here, like the arch here, the stone arch, and then the rainbow arch. So I definitely feel like arch, whatever. There's this energy of, like, a gateway, of you kind of moving into something that feels, it's not like, I feel like you might have had clues or hints, like, When you're on a spiritual journey, like when you often work on yourself, you often find soulmates that cross your path that are just slightly more stronger than the soulmate that you met before. That's slightly more resonant, and it just feels like, wow, like this is like way more. This is the most resonant soulmate that I've met so far. But there's a point where you're just kind of like, all right, like there's something obviously a little bit off with all these past love interests. Like there was something that was like it was there, but it was kind of missing. And I feel like you're kind of waiting for like that indication that like you're not, that whoever you're interested in, the love interest or the soulmates that you meet now, are not like the soulmates you've met in the past, which might have been a little bit more karmic, And that's what I'm getting. It's like the soulmates that you're meeting now, platonic and romantic, because I do feel like you're meeting a lot of people on your vibe now. There's this kind of energy of like introducing yourself to the world as a person you are now, and the vibe, the energy that you're in now, is this energy of like, there is no like lesson to be learned here unless you choose to learn a lesson with this person. Like unless you choose to do inner work with this person. There's a more collaborative energy, and it's kind of an energy of like 0 point, where there's like nothing that you have to learn or no lesson that you need to there's no lesson that you need to kind of review or learn or go after or kind of work on, improve or anything like that. It's just kind of like whatever you come into energy with this person, like whatever you want to work on, whether it's inner work, spiritual inner work, or whether it's a creative project, or whether it's just like a temporary like conversation or small project, or just develop a friendship, or just develop a partnership and a work partnership or whatever, or a romantic relationship. Like it's just like what you want to create together. Like there's like a 0 point energy for the two of you where you both kind of cleared so much, and in the now, in the present moment, that you both can kind of instigate whatever, instigate as if you want to like for some of you kind of want to take down like old structures or old systems, I'm getting. But for most of you, it's just kind of like in the beginning, it's like very this rainbow energy and the sunshine energy of just like you found your like companion songbird. You just want to create music together. You just want to create art together. You just want to create fun and happy times and good times and creative projects together. And then maybe, you're going to find who you kind of resonate on with to do something more substantial or more important. Not that creative projects and hobbies aren't important, but just kind of like finding the vibe. Here are people that you're finding that are also in the 0 point energy that you can start things with. And then you're going to kind of, mingle and see who you want to create what with, if that makes sense. Okay, so what can you do? What's your higher guidance advice to you in terms of what you can do now to help your love life or to get prepared for your upcoming love life? Celebration. Get ready to celebrate. So this energy of you're stepping into a completely different like social dynamic when it comes to speaking with people, collaborating with people, hanging out with people, just your social life in general. It's a different kind of world you're stepping in, and it's because you probably made some sort of improvement to your self identity, feeling good in who you are and your role in life, and feeling really good with yourself, right? And if you've been in kind of in a hermit mode, and I kind of feel like a little bit you might have been, at least a little bit, if not a lot, been in hermit mode with this personal victory here, and kind of this energy that Spirit was kind of saying that you're kind of handling your love life mostly alone. Get ready to celebrate. Get those party shoes on. Find party shoes. Buy new party shoes. What are party shoes? I feel like that's like not a phrase that we say anymore, but like, the shoes that you want to have on when you go out, like your going out shoes. So I feel like this is energy of like, get ready for upgrade in your social life, and it's a very good one. And I feel like you're going to be busy and having a lot of invites and engaging with a lot of different types of groups of friends, and different types of friends who like hang out in different ways. There's a huge expansion coming here, and then like you're relating to a lot of people who are just in the same energy as you, but then you're going to be kind of forming your smaller groups that kind of want to work on different things, or maybe in your life for a specific reason. It's like more long-term friends, more casual friends, a romantic interest dating pool of people, people who you might want to actually work on spiritual things with, spiritual projects, or like just kind of people that you work with or something like that. Like there's gonna be there's expansion of your social life going on, and then it's gonna be organized and formed in your life in different ways. I think there's that energy of like walking through the door, because I feel like you're kind of waiting for like something to show you that like you have moved on from who you were to who you are now and where you're going, kind of thing. So there's that type of energy, like people who know you for who you are now and resonate and relate to your energy now versus who you were. That's kind of energy I'm getting. I do feel like for most people it's like new energy, new people, but it could be like some people from your past, a few people from your past too. The Hierophant, wow. And in terms of love, yeah, this is the marriage card, right? Commitment, high level commitment. We have institutions, traditions, religion, society, rules, social approval, conformity, trust, forgiveness, wisdom. So there's definitely an energy of, you're forming a lot of groups. There is commitment here. There's like, this is the marriage card, so there is like, but I feel like you're committing to people, not just that romantic love commitment, but there's like a commitment in terms of like soul friends and like soul family that you'll be working on life goals with, but then also just a community and like people you have fun with and people that you work with day to day. So there's like a lot of type of social commitments and relational commitments, not just romantic, that you're going to be making in this next 12 months. I do see that there's a lot more kind of potential romantic interest coming in. Yeah, I'm getting it's going to be different for different people, but there's definitely energy of like a huge pool, not huge, but like there's definitely going to be like a few or several people that are like real good potentials, like different than what you've seen before, but like really like, wow, like this person's cute and like I actually like them and I can see myself like dating them or going out with them, or even in a long-term commitment. I feel like for some of you, it's just kind of like, it's like weird to think about that you'd date multiple people, like you would go on dates or like date for a short time multiple people, because I feel like you're in such a commitment state of mind, like you're just like, I want to find the person and that's it. And so like with this new kind of energy coming in, it's almost kind of like you're back in like school or something like that. That's the type of energy I'm getting, or back when you were like a young adult and you're just kind of like have a lot of options and you're just kind of having the time of your life. That's the type of energy I'm getting. So no matter what age you are, you can always bring that energy back into your life, and I feel like that's the energy you're entering right now, pile 22. All right, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please leave a bunch of 22s in the comment section so I know that you came to this reading and picked this pile. Really, really appreciate it. With that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 77 with the 4 of snow cards, or the 4 of swords. Accept stillness. I love this beautiful still energy. It's like sometimes like you feel like to have that much beauty and peace and stillness, like it's a hard energy to kind of keep consistent in your life. Like I feel like you it's like a moment, like you see something, it's like very beautiful. If you looked out the window and saw this thing, you'd be like, wow, that's really beautiful. You might stay there for a while, you might have a cup of tea or coffee with it, but then you kind of go off and do your own thing. At least most people do, but I feel like very spiritual people, they're able to kind of sit with that energy and be in that energy and hold that energy for longer periods of time. And that's kind of really, really difficult for people to do, like sit still. And it's not just stillness, it's like it's in peace. A lot of people have a hard time just being in peace energy. And so people want all this like a long-lasting, deep love that's not chaotic and fighting all the time, but very consistent and just very deep love. And both of you are just very romantic, and it's understated. Like you can speak with you just looking into your eyes. It's very romantic. It's deeply romantic. People want that and relate to that, and like can see that as like divine energy that they aspire to, but that they can't actually maintain it in their own relationships. And it's because they haven't worked on themselves within themselves to be able to hold that peace energy. So it's like a fairy tale. It's like keep dreaming, because like you want something that you can't hold because you haven't worked on yourself to be able to hold it within yourself, let alone a relationship or with another person. Does that make sense? Like, so yeah, like I feel like you're someone, Pile 77, who has like worked on their spiritual life, or just kind of their awareness, whatever you want to call it, your inner universe, to be able to hold that peace energy. Whether you've had a very complex life or a very more smooth, easygoing, simple life, it doesn't matter, as long as you get to the end result, which is being able to hold peace in a large amount of it for a long period of time. That is like a huge achievement in itself, and that people don't understand or get. But like when you can do that, you can manifest long-lasting legacy status, structures that last many lifetimes beyond your own. That's the type of energy, and that's like hard for people to hold. Like even like money energy, like if you want that type of really long, when I say long, very large money energy, but like I'm getting long in terms of like you pass it down for generational wealth type of energy, you have to have that very like, people can't push your buttons. You're emotionally so stable and grounded that like once you come into a room, you stabilize the emotions of everyone else in that room. Like you have to have that type of energy if you want that type of money, If you see like CEOs are very hot-headed, like their money comes in and out, and they have like different kinds of money that they make every quarter. If you see the people who have like the billionaires and trillionaires that you don't hear about, like the families that you don't hear about that work behind the scenes, like they don't talk about their business. They keep themselves hidden, and they have because people don't mess with their energies, because like your energies can fluctuate if people think about you, right, and project on you. So they keep themselves hidden, and they keep what they actually own hidden, and the things that they keep public are other CEOs and managers and companies that people can see, but their business and what they own are like the bigger ones behind the scenes that are long lasting, that are quiet, that make the same amount every term, that are very stable, or these investments that are very stable that people don't even know about, so they can't even touch it, they can't even think about it, they can't affect that market, that trend, that vibration. Does that make sense? Okay. Sorry, this is relevant to your reading somehow. Okay, I've been just channeling like crazy. This is a very divine reading. Let's get started. Your love life this past year, what was it like? So this pile is for you, and then we'll go into your love life in the next 12 months. Wow, King of Cups, very stable, very steady. So whether you're with someone, dating someone, been with someone for a very long time, or if you're single, there is this massive amount of love energies in your field. So your energy, Pile 77, is grand, and you built it that way. You meant it to be that way. You cleared anything that wasn't meant to be there. You've grown your energetic field so you can hold more love. And so you're able to love more. And you've probably seen this kind of energy recently, where you just kind of, because I feel like this is something like you've grown, but there's like been signs. Either you've held this energy for a long time, or this is a recent discovery that you can hold this much love energy. You have the same signs. So whether you've been holding it for a long time, or is this a new revelation, you probably saw signs recently, I'm getting from source, that you have a lot of love to give. This might be increased creative or intuitive abilities. That might be ability to give more affection and attention to your loved ones around you. And it might come in feeling like your self-love and self-care you're looking out for it, and you're paying attention to it. And it's like natural. It's like it's like natural instinct to just be like, oh, okay, I reached my limit. I can't push myself or push my body or push my mind much further today. I'm going to call it quits, or I'm going to save that for tomorrow. It's just like kind of your ability to kind of radiate more love. You probably saw these signs. And anyone who's going to be kind of draining, natural, easy to kind of let them go in an easy easy way. Like all these things are coming natural to you, second nature. And you've probably seen signs of these things in different ways in your life recently. Okay. South Node, something that you've already conquered. So you definitely have, it's like easy for you to now say no to people. It's easy for you to kind of have people respect your boundaries, to, I'm hearing garrison your boundary, to reinforce your boundaries. And there's this energy of, garrison your boundaries. So so you're even able to kind of call in people to, I'm hearing enact interference for you. So you know how to make things work for you. If you don't want to set the boundary yourself because you've done it many times, you know how to work the system. You know how to have the right people come in, or right situation or event for you to kind of dodge that. I'm hearing, because I feel like there's like energy of like you're not dodging anything. You don't have to actively go out and take action anymore. Like I feel like things, like once you kind of taken action in these things, the universe accepts you for who you are, because you accept yourself for who you are and you stood up for it. So if you had to if it was a kind of challenge to release people like who kind of come into your life wanting to be your friend or wanting to date you or wanting to work with you, and you're like, I have no interest in you, it's easy to say no, and those people are going to stop coming to you because the universe is like, oh, you don't want these types of people in your life anymore? Okay, you've shown that you don't, and you show that you don't, that you're going to stand up for that boundary. We're not going to bring these types of people to you anymore. See, this is how people in higher frequencies work, whether they're on the light side or night side, it doesn't matter. These are just people. Energy is energy. So if you learn how to work this, you learn how to work this, And so it's literally like, once you kind of stand up for your boundaries a few times, several times, or in major ways, then the universe is like, oh, this person doesn't want to stand for Pile 77, doesn't stand for this. They know what they deserve. They know what they like, and they aren't bringing in this type of energy into their field. So we're going to stop bringing in that energy around them. You're getting the universe on your side to garrison your force field, your boundaries for you. Isn't that great? Isn't that crazy? Okay. All right. So what's coming up in your love life next year, the next 12 months? Victory. There you go. What you've done within your own energetic field, within your own ability to control your emotions and your thoughts, and kind of like, I feel like you can kind of change. Like if you're kind of angry, you can change it to peace and understanding immediately. If you're having thoughts, like negative thoughts, you can change it to positive ones or higher perspective ones. You can like kind of like create like narratives or stories that like benefit you versus not. And so you've learned to do this very strongly, to the point where you're kind of like indestructible, you're invincible, all right, energetically. And that's why there's this victory coming in for your love life. The 9th house, learning and faith. I do feel like because you're very kind of devoted to your own self-mastery and your own spiritual journey, whatever that is, like I call it a spiritual journey and other people might call it something else, but just kind of your own, like discovering who you are, your purpose here, like, and what you want to do, who you want to become, that kind of thing. I do feel like this person is also someone who has that capacity for higher learning and higher level concepts and philosophy. They have a high level of morals and ethics, and they also have incredible amount of trust and faith. And they, you don't have to be religious or spiritual to have a lot of trust and faith. It's like just kind of having that trust and faith within yourself that no matter what life throws at you, you'll be able to handle it, or you'll be able to figure out how to handle it. So that is something you can't really teach. You have to kind of experience it. You have to kind of practice it over and over again to have that kind of faith in yourself. And so like if you're kind of someone like me who believes that like, we all have that divine energy, the divine spark within ourselves, and that's what we have to nourish and kind of nurture, then that's what I feel like. That's kind of what I'm seeing here in terms of your love life the next year. I do feel like you have a lot of wins coming up because of this I'm hearing new level unlocked. Like the way that you can connect to your energies, you're going to be able to manifest things and get clarity on things that a lot of people don't ever even realize exists in a lifetime, that they can do in a lifetime, that humans are capable of. You know what I'm saying? Like you're unlocking some things, some gifts, some clarity, some intuition, some wisdom, knowledge from source itself that a lot of people never figure out how to do, you know, in many lifetimes. And I feel like you are unlocking some great power, wisdom, and knowledge. I feel like you go beyond love. I feel like for the next year, I feel like you're connecting to something. You're falling in love with yourself and the universe, like so much more deeply. Like I feel like you're kind of like, yeah, I want romantic love, and then like next second you're like kind of like tripping out, astral traveling in space kind of thing. Like I feel like there's something happening. I feel like you're gonna have like some sort of experience, like some sort of like literally like physical, spiritual experience that transcends this earthly plane to the point where you're kind of like don't even think about romantic love anymore. You don't even think about love with another person, a human being anymore. You're thinking about like exploring the far reaches of the universe. You're thinking about exploring or this new topic that you're passionate about, that you're so interested in, that resonates to your bones, to your soul. You're on that level. I'm getting this energy of like, you know how your higher soul is learning and doing all these things and traveling and doing all the things that like you that the physical body kind of that you think that the physical body kind of caps out at, like maxes out at, and can't do what your higher self version can do. I'm getting that that's like you're taking out that limiting ideology, and you're able to do all those things that your higher self can do. So you're traveling to multiple places at once. You're probably astral traveling. You can go, like you can literally go to places in your mind. What's it called? It's a remote viewing. Like you can remote view anything. You're remote viewing things. You're astral traveling. You're doing. You're going in lucid dreaming states. Like you're seeing reality in a much more different way. I'm getting like wizard. I'm seeing like Gandalf. You're experiencing time, space, universe, and life in ways that other people may hear in a book or movie, you know, and never again after that. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling. I fast for these types of readings. I fast for most readings. But I am getting that you're not even concerned with love anymore. You're in love with learning about a million different things. You're off into the universe. You're jet setting to the different corners of reality. It's a different type of love. You're Pile 77. You're not even concerned about human form of love between two people anymore. Maybe a little bit, but not. It's like you're so far past that, so far beyond, that you kind of reminisce about that. Like it's like something in the distant past. Like, oh yeah, I remember when that was like the major thing, concern in my life or something like that. All right, but is there actual romantic love coming into your life? Why is there this different? Okay, abundance. I do feel like you're getting abundance of a lot of things. You're tapping into something that I can't even describe. The Star card, wow. We have Pile 77, then we have 17, the Star card. Rejuvenation. I feel like the next year or so, it could be a little bit less, a little bit more, is about transformation and transcendence. I feel like you're connecting energetically to a lot of things. So you're connecting to the energy of things. You're connecting to your own energy, and therefore unlocking a lot of things. Like if you want to unlock more money, you're connecting to the energy of money. If you want to unlock more creativity, you're connecting to the energy of creativity. If you want more romantic love, you're connecting to the energy of romantic love, but maybe not the physical form of romantic love at this point. Does that make sense? So you're connecting to a lot of the energies of things. And I feel like you're having a lot of fun exploring and meeting the energies, the entities behind the energies of a lot of these things. Not all of them are entities, but to get the higher form energy, to connect to the higher form energy of a specific type of thing. For example, this past year, specifically the past several months, I've been doing a lot of work in terms of connecting to the home energy. So I started with doing readings on like this specific home that I'm in now, the home that I grew up in, the home that I, first moved in, the last home I was in, the next home I'm going to be in, my dream home, like this type of energy. Like, I started doing readings on that. But then something happened when I did that reading, was I connected to like an oversoul energy of the home, which was kind of like the overall overarching home energy, the energy of home, which is such a huge energy. It's vast, right? It's very big, and it's very potent, it's very important, right? And so that energy, connection to that energy, and I've just yet to work with it. You're working with those energies in such a complex and integrated way than I have before, and you're still getting like kind of the footing of how to like kind of work with like such big energies. So I feel like you're someone who is so far beyond where most people are, not just in terms of awareness, but in terms of your spirituality, in terms of your knowledge and wisdom, and what you can kind of download and bring into your field and understand and work with, what you can connect to and actually make sense of and apply. Because a lot of people, they get all spiritual and then they get all kind of like airy-fairy and they don't know what they're saying and they're just kind of channeling BS, right? And they just kind of do what other people are doing. But I feel like you have such an intimate way that you connect with your energies. You have an intimate knowing of your own energies and how you connect and what you can bring down and actually applying it. Because a lot of people get lost in just like kind of connecting to these things when you first start meditating, for example, or connecting to the other realm. So you kind of just connect and you kind of just see what comes through and see what other energies have to say or what they have to show you. But then there's the other part of it, which is applying it. If you heard of the Silva method, they kind of do that. Like it's like a manifestation technique where you kind of not just visualize, but you kind of start applying these meditations and visualizations to kind of manifest for you in the physical. It's applying it. That's like the next step. And so I'm kind of getting that. It's like you're kind of learning to work with these bigger energies, and you have the capacity, the ability to kind of manifest it, because we all have our unique own individual ways that we manifest. It's another part of our individuality, our ego, our individuated self, our personal fractal part, the part that is unique within this given body and spirit, that can manifest specifically in the way that we connect to energy, we connect to faith, we connect to the unknown. So like it's like you can't just do it the way other people do it. You have to do the work. You have to figure out how you connect to your energies, how you connect to the energies out there, and then figure out how to not just see it, but bring it down into physical form, bring it through to physical form, and manifest it and use this knowledge and wisdom and ideas and in practical forms, and bring it through physical form. Yeah. So there's this energy of like you're probably going to be in like a another altered. You're going to be in like a mostly altered state. Because I feel like you kind of conquered this like peace state, but I feel like with that peace comes like if you're in that sustained peace energies, the source energy can work with you in ways that you could not have imagined, you know? And so I feel like you're going to be in this altered state for the next like 12 months, or like this next like year or so, maybe less than, maybe 7 months, maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 months. But I'm getting like, it's like a range like from like 7 to like 15 months where you're going to be kind of in an altered state that you're not even going to be thinking about romantic love. Wow. Okay, so what can you do with your higher guidance saying about romantic love? Because that's what this reading is about, but just in life in general, what's the best input they can give you at this time? Intuition, yeah, I can feel it. My like third eye is on fire right now. I'm channeling like crazy. I knew this was going to be a divine reading. I was trying to integrate. I have another channel. I try to separate my spiritual readings from this more commercial type readings, but if I haven't done it for a while, it just comes through. And so, yeah, you're going to be connecting to that part of yourself. It's just, I think you accept it. I feel like you're kind of just like, you let this life be what it's meant to be. You don't put any restrictions on it, or at least not anymore. And although you have desires and wants, as any human does, I feel like you're so elevated and advanced that you kind of have that understanding of like, yeah, if I need to go with the flow, I'll do that. I think you do that, yeah. Okay, so we start with the Four of Swords and we end with the Four of Cups here. Meditation, contemplation, yeah. Oh, hi, Suki. She comes in specifically when there's like a very high energy. Suki, no! Suki, no! Sorry, she was sitting on the laptop keyboard and sometimes she kind of pauses readings. So I had to move her. But she comes in when there's like very, very strong spiritual energies coming in for the reading. So, yeah. All right. So meditation, contemplation is what I'm getting. Yeah. So I feel like you're going to spend a lot of time in a meditative state. And that doesn't mean you're sitting cross-legged and, you know, seeing what visions come through. Or guided meditations or anything like that. I do more transcendental meditations, but I even stopped doing that too frequently because at some point it's just kind of like it's helpful to have a routine, and so meditating in that way is really nice. But just going for a walk sometimes, or having a creative outlet. Hi, boo boo. Oh, she's doing the camera. Is very helpful. So it's kind of like whatever works for you. But like, yeah, I feel like you're going to be doing multiple. I feel like you're going to be doing regular meditation. I feel like you might be even doing it multiple ways. I feel like you're going to have multiple creative ways that you kind of bring through. Very divine message. Suki! Ah! I'm so sorry. I paused the reading exactly at 1:12:12. So you can see that there's this energy of like spiritual awakening and alignment with your purpose, and then divine support. So it's kind of like 12:12 is like a very powerful energy of like you're combining energies with the universe, combining energies with the higher aspects of yourself, your higher self and higher energies, in order to kind of work with them and work on whatever next or something like that. I feel like the energy sometimes is just to integrate. So I feel like just like being in that energy and exploring and just kind of letting your spirit do what spirit wants, like that's like a whole energy in itself, you know, just like not having any agenda or reason or specific goal that you want to accomplish, just kind of letting yourself integrate. You know, because there's these moments that like very spiritual people have where you kind of go into these high states and you kind of integrate with more energy. So you're able to hold more. And then you kind of bring yourself back to physical reality and kind of like see how you can use what you learned and integrate it into your physical life. And it's not just like an up and down energy. It's not just going into a higher states and then going back to the physical state. It's more kind of like a high state and then down and then high state and down. It's kind of like a ladder. Kind of like steps and steps going up. So I feel like this is like a very profound, life-changing, major step up into higher energies, and then like you're gonna come down to the physical energies, and you're gonna see that like your whole environment changes because of that. So I feel like what your spirit is saying in terms of your romantic love life, like I feel like you're gonna be victorious in this. They say victory, right? But I think in order for that to happen, because your soul and spirit so badly wants to kind of upgrade very significantly, level up in such a profound way, that you're not going to find love in your current energetic field, environment, and state. You're going to find it once you kind of jump into this new higher dimension. Does that make sense? So once you kind of jump into the higher dimension, get more of that beautiful divine juju in your energies, and then you expand and grow and whatever, you're going to come back into the physical energies, and then you're going to let that kind of seep into your physical environment, and then your person is going to come in. Does that make sense? And I feel like if you trust yourself this much, and you do, and you understand, like, it comes with a lot of perks. Like, we see abundance in all areas. So this isn't just about your love life. You're going to see like every area of your life expand, you know? If you're very, very on this path, if you're on this like self-mastery path and you know it, and you accept it fully and trust yourself and the universe, then you are totally okay with spending this, whatever, 7 to 15 months doing this. And you know it's going to be for the highest and best good, and time doesn't matter. And this is going to blow your mind. You know, this experience itself, and then what comes after, for sure. So Pile 77, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. Leave a bunch of 7s and 77s in the comments to let me know that this is the pile you chose. It means a lot to me, helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful Pile 99 with the Queen of Snow card. This beautiful Northern Lights. We're looking at how is your love life changing in the coming year. So let's start with your love life in this past year or 12 months to see if this pile resonates for you, is for you. And then we'll look at what's coming up for you in the next 12 months of the next year. Wow. 1111, the happy home and the happy marriage card. So I do feel like you're very much in the energy of a happy partnership and a happy home, and everything's exactly what you pictured and imagined, or then some, or on its way there. And it's just like kind of starting and exciting because you can see it all kind of happening for you. So whether you're in that happy marriage and home right now, or you're in the energy and you can feel that it's coming in and you can see it kind of happening for you, like this, you're already in the energy. It doesn't matter. Like in the physical, whether it's just started for you or is about to start, or you've been in it for a long time now, you've sustained it, or you're looking for that stability in this vision, this life that you've created, it doesn't matter because you're in that energy. So it's happening for you right now. Fire, yeah, in reverse. It's happening for you right now. When a fire card or like a wand card comes out in reverse like that, it's a definite energy, like something is happening right now. Like you're in that energy right now. So whether you have it in your life already, or wanting to maintain it in your life, or for most of you, it's probably kind of like wanted to come in and fully manifest. I feel like you're in that energy right now. Confidence, optimism, passion, bravery. So if you have any doubt, just throw it out the window because you don't need it. You don't need that energy of doubt because you already know. And I feel like you're so far along your journey that like any little tidbit of doubt that any creeps out, like you can just squat it down. Like it's not, like you're too confident, you're too strong spiritually to let those little flies buzz around you anymore. Okay, Pile 99, you're confident. You should know this is absolutely coming in for you, and it's going to manifest beautifully and brighter and more divine than you could have imagined, and it's going to come in more fully for you because you're already in that energy. You're already so powerfully in that energy. I could feel it, and Spirit is saying like they're already in here. They're already there. They're already surrounded by it, like 100,000 miles, kilometers in each direction. They're already in that energy. Can they see? They're already in that energy. There's absolutely no reason to doubt. Like I feel like you don't ever, but if you are thinking of a slight tiny bit of doubt, throw it out. And I can say that to you because it's literally not going to help you at all, and you're already so past that energy, and you know it. Okay, your love life coming in next year. The Truth. Okay, so the Seven of Swords in reverse for me is like a truth card. So there's a lot of information coming in. There's a lot of information about your future plans, your future home, relationship, marriage, whatever it is, goals, your romantic goals, relationship goals. And first house. Okay, so we see these cards coming out in reverse. Self-identity, and because of Seven of Swords, because both these cards came out in reverse, I do feel I am going to incorporate the Seven of Swords upright meaning. So I feel like there was an identity that that was no longer serving you, that you no longer identify with, that you need to throw out. For some of you, because if you've been on this journey, if you're already in that happy home, happy marriage card, and you're just kind of trying to fulfill a more stability or the next major goal in your relationship, I mean, props to you. That's amazing. Love that. Share your story. Suki, share your story in the comment section. We all love to hear the success stories for sure, and gives us confidence and inspiration that like this is possible. But I do feel like there's a part of you or the relationship that does not resonate with you and the relationship anymore. And that, sorry, Suki only comes in if this is a really powerful reading. And this one is. Okay. So I definitely feel that if you already have that very beautiful partnership at home with your partner, like power to you. There's definitely, you have such strong, okay. She's asking for so many cuddles right now and attention. Sorry, she has been very patient with me. I want to bring her out for a walk soon. She's one of those like hiker type cats. Kittens. She's still a kitten. Okay, so I can definitely see this in your energy. It's like you've been patient enough, and now it's like you need to get rid of this identity. So I feel like there's this identity that you might have been holding on for other people, you and your person. If there's someone new coming in, then I feel like your person is going through something similar, where they've been kind of holding on to an old identity of themselves in order to kind of appease and not kind of shake the boat too much for the people around them, especially if they care for them, or if they kind of care too much for people, even people who are not their loved ones, more than most people. And I feel like you might resonate with that if you're in similar energy with this person. So when you two come in, there's this feeling of you're coming in as your true self, as your version of yourself right now, that you've had for a while now, but you just kind of couldn't fully present it because you had too many people from the past, or too many situations or environments from your past, and you wanted to take on a new identity in not just your own life, but in love as well. And I feel like people were holding you back from that. Places or situations or locations, because I do get the home card, so location is definitely key. It could be a workplace, it could be like a school, but somewhere where people kind of know the old version of you and they are trying to hold on to this old version of you, if you know what I mean. Not really allowing you to be this new version, or maybe not even on purpose, but like it's just like kind of holding you back. Maybe it's like kind of you who wants to appease the people who are in your love life, in your loved ones, or your and connections you have, your social life, but you kind of know that you want to move into this new version of yourself, and so does your partner if this is someone new coming in for you. If you're with someone, I feel like the same kind of story. I feel like maybe your family or friends or your neighbors or the place that you work or you live around kind of want to pigeonhole you to kind of being the same people that you are. So you kind of keep coming to the same barbecues, keep hosting the same dinner parties, same. It's like kind of keep doing the same things. And they're not allowing you to kind of grow in your love life and in your relationship the way that you want to. So there's energy of like exiting that and kind of coming into this new energy. So I definitely feel like this new truth is being embodied, and both of you are shedding this old version so you can come into this new version of your love life. Whether you have met this person already, if you just started dating, or is this someone you've been in a relationship for a very long time with. And I do see some sort of success here because you are meant to have this awesome, beautiful, otherworldly, divine partnership, love relationship, and a home and environment to match it. But I feel like there's something like you've been in the energy and like you're just like something hasn't been letting you fully manifest it for some reason. So it's like kind of like you're being like stuck purposely, because I feel like you can let yourself out, but you're not like letting yourself out. You know what I'm saying? But like now you're giving yourself the out. Maybe you stayed around a little bit longer because you felt guilty or bad for leaving this area or these people or these relationships. But you kind of have to if you want to kind of grow in your relationship. You're already in it. It's the manifestations here ready to go. It's just kind of like, will you give it up? You know, will you disconnect from this old energy that's trying to hold you back from who you are? You already are in this lifetime. What you can, your manifestations, your achievements are here. And it's like, will you let anyone kind of get you from getting what's yours? You know, the only one's holding you back now is you. You've already done the work. Okay, so why it's different? Why is your love life different than from before? Wisdom, yeah. Now you kind of can see what you couldn't before. Exploration, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, getting unstuck. You've been raring to go, pile 99. You've been ready to go into this next chapter, but you've been kind of letting things hold you back. And I'm saying letting things because nothing is holding you back anymore. You've done the inner work. If anything is holding you back, it's yourself. It's like any residual guilt feelings, any feeling of, I don't know if I'm ready yet. And, my finances are not ready. My health isn't ready. I have to finish up these goals before I move forward. I want to stick around for the holidays a little bit longer. I want to stick around for my this person's birth or this person's wedding or this person's this or that. There's always going to be something to keep you from what is yours. And at this point, you got to make that decision, that you're ready to kind of let go and move on and be your full self. And if like these energies are kind of holding you back, you're letting them hold you back. You can just let go and move forward. So what's Spirit's advice for you? What's your heart's guidance advice for you in terms of your love life and this situation right now? Changes. Yeah. I feel like in your mind, you've already know the kind of changes you need to make to make this happen. And Spirit's like, you just got to do it now. Yeah. See, 5 of Wands in reverse. So you already worked through the conflict. You already kind of, because like you're given a lot of conflict and contrast within your environment until you figure out what you're supposed to do, and until you get the courage and take the action on that move, what you know is right for you. And like you can keep getting stuck and being like, I know what I have to do, and then never do it. There are some people who just like know what they have to do in their life, and then just sit around and never get around to taking that action because like they never take the leap, have that faith, have enough courage to do it. Maybe they had enough courage to do all this work, but when it comes time to finally pull the trigger, they just can't, right? So we have litigation, misinformation, avoiding or ending conflict, respecting differences, agreeing to disagree, diversity, peace. You have to let this go. You have to let this go. And it sucks sometimes when you feel like the other person should let it go. No. At some point, like the more mature person will let it go. So you have to be the one who lets it go. You have to be the one who recognizes with your wisdom that you've gained, we have a 22 here, that you're ready to build. You're ready to make this change. You're already in this energy of happy partnership, happy home, happy life and environment. You've already built this new identity. You just got to let yourself express it. And if things are holding you back and you know it and you're aware of it and you've had many cycles of becoming aware of it, then it's up to you to make the move. And so I'm getting really strongly that you already know what the changes are. Quicksilver moon. And we got the rapid fire energy. It's now or never, because like I feel like the momentum has built right now. And if you don't take the chance now, it might be a while until you get that momentum and courage built up again, because it's kind of like just like once you do it, then it all kind of settles in. That's not always the case. Sometimes you have to take your time to kind of build up to it. But I'm going to pull a few more cards for this deck. I do feel like you do know what the vision is. Here we go, the 7 of Swords. You know what you're supposed to do. You just have to get yourself to do it. Is there any particular like action or something like that you need to take? Financial independence. So if you're financially dependent on someone else, or if you're dependent on other people who are keeping you stuck and you know it, you gotta do something to break that. Self-care, work-home conflict. If you're working from home and that's causing an issue, if your environment is causing an issue and it won't let you to do your inner work or won't let you to do your whatever small business work, you gotta figure that out. If you don't have energy to take care of yourself, if you're constantly taking care of other people, you gotta take care of that. If there's people around you who have an evil eye, they're jealous, they're smothering, they're suspicious, they always want to know what's going on with you, they want to know what you're up to, what your future plans are, you gotta cut that. If there's people who are deceptive or people who aren't good for you, and you know that around you in your energy, in your workplace, in your neighborhood, you gotta move on from that. You can't have that anymore. You know it. Your energy is just too different. Endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, end of cycle. Can it be more clear, Power 99, that you gotta go? Yeah. Manipulation, insecure, poor, this magician in reverse. Lack of confidence. Lack of confidence, and it says narcissism here. So you're around the wrong type of people, and if you've probably been hit by someone who is like extremely narcissistic, or really feeding off of your confidence, like really getting you to get your energies messed up when you know you don't deserve it, and that's your cue to go. I'm kind of trying to see, like, Spirit's just like, go, just go. The King and Queen of Wands here, just go. And you'll land on your feet no matter what, no matter where you go, you'll always find abundance. So Spirit is saying that, like, you're not confused, you're in this energy, just go. Make the huge change and things will happen. I don't always give that advice because it's not always for everyone, but I feel like for this energy, yes. 2 of Lightning, plan. And rebirth. Ace of Cups. There's something that you're planning in terms of something that kind of resonates with you, and it kind of resonates with you a lot, but it's like kind of like you only figured out one thing, not everything else. And Spirit is saying that one thing is all you need to plan out, and everything else will fall into place and integrate. Just take the step on that one change. You're not in a scarcity mindset. You know you have that energy. You will fall on your feet. And you've already done the unlearning. You already did the shadow work. You just kind of have to move forward. All right, Pal 99, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. Leave a bunch of 9s in the comment section so I know that you got this reading. It was very unique. It was very specific. So I'm interested and curious as to how it applies to your life. If you feel like sharing. If not, just letting me know what the 99s are like that you came to this pile. It really helps me out, and I appreciate it so much. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.